Hey everybody, welcome to Squad Pod Sports, where we bring our thoughts on the latest games and sports news around the sports world, brought to you by the Sideline Sports Network. Week 10 had some ups and downs. Had a weird, very weird game. A couple weird games nobody expected was going to happen. So we'll talk about that, of course, in our Week 10 breakdown. Get you our Week 11 predictions and picks. Of course, talk about the NBA that's going on. I have a lot of NBA news to talk about. It's full effect.
Got the hot and not list as well. So
got the hot and not list. And then, of course, the bias bubble and crazy sports stat fact of the podcast. We'll hop right into Week 10 since it was kind of weird. I feel like the last couple weeks have been weird for the NFL. But you're right. It did start weird with the Thursday night game. The Ravens and the Dolphins. Everybody, kind of went into this expecting the same exact thing. Ravens going to stomp these Dolphins. They've been a mess for like the past 8 weeks, pretty much. Like, nobody expected anything less.
No. And of course, somehow the Ravens go down to Miami and lose this game. They couldn't put up more than 10 points. I didn't understand it. I was just like, what is going on here? But sure enough, the Dolphins came out with a win on this one. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens took a little bit of a step back. They're still 6-3, but they took a little bit of a step back.
Yeah, I mean, Jacoby Brissett started because they're saying Tua broke his finger, and I guess they were saying before the game he was eligible to play, and if he had to, and of course he had to. Jacoby got hurt, and then it looked like Tua wasn't even injured. Everybody was questioning, like, was this dude even really injured, or were they just benching him?
He's not even fucking hurt.
But oddly enough, they both almost had the exact same amount of yards.
Yeah.
Tua had 158 and Jacoby had 156, but they both had no touchdowns, no interceptions. But yeah, Michael Gaskin, 31 yards rushing. Wilson, 87 yards receiving. Ford, 84 receiving for the Dolphins. Lamar only ran 39 yards in this game. He passed for 238, touchdown, interception. Wasn't looking good for them Ravens, man. It was hard for them to get going at all. And I mean, that's kind of been a theme over the past season, this whole season. But they've always been able, kicking themselves in gear and get the dub.
Exactly.
Go out there and win it.
Exactly. They were always able to at least, get out there and be competitive. And I think, remember we were talking a couple weeks ago about how pissed off the one coach was that they were running the ball and trying to get that streak extended. They only had 60 yards rushing as a team here, so the streak is broken.
Yeah.
It's like 30-some games straight with 100 yards rushing as a team. That's broken now to the Dolphins. Like, that's
I didn't think about that. Yeah. That is crazy. And I mean, it just finally caught up to them. It was bound to happen.
So they were close, but they fell short of that 100-yard mark.
Yeah. We both picked the Ravens on that one, as most people did. Going into Sunday here, Falcons and the Cowboys. Man, was this thing one-sided. I'm glad we did not pick the Falcons on this one.
Yes. Even though the Cowboys were looking shaky, we both were smart, and we're like, let's just roll with the Cowboys, and thank God, because they routed the Falcons, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Dak Prescott, 296 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Pollard had 42 on the ground. Zeke, 41, 2 touchdowns. CD had 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pollard, 56. Amari Cooper, 51. And Gallup, with his first game back, had 42.
Nice.
But, they were just firing on all cylinders like the Cowboys do. And, I mean, they couldn't get anything done on Atlanta. 117 yards passing for Matt Ryan and 2 picks.
Yeah,
defense was eating them alive.
117 yards. That's pathetic. That's like what I would expect out of a Trevor Lawrence or something right now at this point of his career type of thing. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, we both picked the Cowboys on that one. It was a stomping. Falcons were only able to put up 3 points.
Not too much to say about that one, but
exactly.
Cowboys are sitting at 7-2 right now at a prime position for a good playoff spot. So we'll see what happens with them. I'm still waiting for the meltdown. You're still waiting for the meltdown. But we'll see.
We saw a glimpse of it last week, the week before, but
I could still see them finishing the season 10-7.
Yeah,
something
like that. Something's gonna happen. It's gonna be a pivot, and you're like, uh-oh, and it's just a decline.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they just roll into the playoffs thinking they're hot, and then just get bounced in the first round or something. The first game, they'll have the bye week because they won a division.
And I know they're good. They look good. Whatever, But until they prove us wrong, like, honestly, what have we seen out of the Cowboys in the last 20 years? More of the same. So Yeah, I'm not gonna get too overhyped about this Cowboys team.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see.
We know how it's happened the past 20, 25 years.
There's another team in that division start winning some games and fuck around and take the division from them. We'll get to that.
Who knows? A lot of games left.
We'll get to that.
We will get to that. Saints and the Titans here. Saints, they tried to pull a comeback on the Titans, but it didn't work. But I mean, Titans, they were just rolling hot still at this point, even without Derrick Henry.
Right. I think they are, right now at least, the best team in the NFL as far as just like everything goes. I wouldn't say they're necessarily the most rounded, but they're the team that's clicking on all cylinders. 6 straight wins now? So even without Derrick Henry, they won the last 2 games. So they're a team you don't want to see in the playoffs. You don't want to go to Tennessee and try to beat Mike Vrabel and them Titans in January. So we'll see what happens. True. But the Saints did hang with them here.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Tannehill, 213 yards, touchdown, no picks. He had a rushing touchdown as well. He's doing it all. Ryan Tannehill out here got a new life in Tennessee. It's awesome to see, man.
It is. It's really cool. I personally have pretty salty feelings about Tennessee, for a couple reasons. They all have to do with the Patriots.
It makes sense though.
But hey, it is what it is. They're rolling. I don't hate Tennessee, so good on them.
But Julio Jones, of course, isn't on the team right now. He's on injured reserve. AJ Brown only had 16 yards in this game. Foreman 48. But Johnson, man, 100 yards, no touchdown though. And then they are splitting between the backs. Foreman, I think it is, and Adrian Peterson, AJ Brown. But they've been splitting between them. Adrian Peterson's getting kind of using the red zone now, it seems, trying to get him them touchdowns,
which is smart.
Yeah. And I mean, the Saints, Trevor Siemian had 298 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Mark Ingram, 47 yards because Kamara didn't play this week. He's questionable for next week, so who knows what's going on with him right now.
Right. But Siemian did his thing there, he's held it over.
Yeah, tried to make the comeback. Yeah, it was 2 points.
But they couldn't pull it out at the end there. But we both picked Tennessee in that one.
Yeah. So, I mean, other than the Ravens, we roll it at this point. We roll it at this point. Jaguars and the Colts. I think we both picked the Colts in this one.
Yep, we're not crazy.
Yeah, we're not crazy. We knew what was going to happen. I mean, Jaguars, they seem like they've been in each game now. I mean, they got 2 wins on the season. I mean, they're 2-7, but there's only been 2 games or 2 games probably where they got blown out, really. Right. But they've been pretty competitive, it seems, which is pretty surprising.
Yeah, I mean, it's a learning year for Trevor Lawrence, and we already talked at length about Urban Meyer on this podcast, where we'll see if he's still there at the end of the year. I know things are going better now than they were.
It seems like they're going a lot better than what they were.
Things change, it was about a month ago. They're looking better now for Urban Meyer as far as year 2 in Jacksonville, so we'll see how that goes. But on Indianapolis, man, Jonathan Taylor has been killing it every week. He's a top 5 running back this year, and if you have him on fantasy, then you're lucky. You probably got him late first round, second round, something like that. So you probably have another stud running back. I'm just saying, man, I'm envious.
He had 116 yards and a touchdown this week. Carson Wentz is determined to get Philadelphia that first round pick because he said, "I have a child that's going to be born anytime. I'm not missing this game." He said, and you know what? He went out and he played that game anyway.
He's willing to miss the birth of his child to make sure Philadelphia has a first round.
Exactly, and I respect it, and I always like Carson Wentz. I like him even more. He didn't specifically say that's the reason why, but
that's the reason why.
Hey, I know he's really committed to helping Philly get that first rounder, so I know what it's going to be like going forward. And I mean, they were able to get the dub. He only had to throw 180 yards. He didn't have a touchdown or an interception, but they ended up putting 23 points up on the board.
Right.
Michael Pittman, 71 yards. Jack Doyle, 31 yards. Jonathan Taylor with 116 is crazy.
But, hey, it was a good game by the Colts to pull it out there. That's what good teams do. They end up winning those games.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll go to another good team that ends up winning good games and a team that's used to losing a lot of games, and that's the Patriots and the Browns. You guys whip-womped up on the Browns all day.
This was
day.
Mac Jones coming out party, bro. And I'm not saying he's going on to be nothing crazy, like no Hall of Famer, nothing, but like this was the game where he showed you he could ball out, he could control a game, he can march up and down the field, 99-yard touchdown drive, like he did everything in this game. 3 touchdowns, almost 200 yards, only missed 4 passes, 19 of 23. Mac Jones is the real deal, man. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Well, first of all, thank you, Wyatt, for helping me get this jersey, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go ahead and say it. Mac Jones is going to win Rookie of the Year, okay? I'm going to put it on the board. I know this is late as fucking the season, but I'm going to put it on the board. Mac Jones will win Rookie of the Year. And I'm going to stand by it, bro. Like, if he keeps playing at this level, there's other players, obviously, like the one...
I'm inclined to agree with you. You can put my initials down, because with the Bengals kind of going through their slide right now, Jamar Chase isn't getting the looks, and he's not getting the attention that he was before. So, I mean...
Right, and...
Mac Jones right now, they keep winning games. He's playing consistent football. So,
if they make the playoffs, man,
I agree.
If they make the playoffs, I'm going to be ecstatic. And, like, I've already thought about... I'm going to go back and do some digging to see what our picks were when we get closer to the playoffs, so we can see how close we were to picking the playoff matchups. We're weeks away from
just trying to win a game.
I'm just trying to win a game. But them Patriots are on a 4-game winning streak, okay? We were at 2-4. Now we're at 6-4, baby. I am at a whole nother level. Like, I'm telling you, every week, I'm like... skeptical.
Fucking lucky ass Patriots.
Bro, we're back. We're back, baby. We're fucking back. We're not like Super Bowl back, but we're back as far as being a team that you gotta watch out for. You don't want to see us in the playoffs, you know. Like I'm not saying anything crazy, but Patriots are back, baby. We had Brian Hoyer come in this game. Fucking threw a touchdown still. Brian Hoyer came in and threw a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Like, we fucking back, baby. Tom lost to the Washington Redskins or Washington No Names. Get out of here. Patriots, baby. Okay, I'm done.
I mean, the stats speak for itself. I mean, if you look at the Browns side, they had 2 QBs. Baker Mayfield got hurt. He only had 73 yards and 1 touchdown, 1 pick. But Case Keenum came in and only had 81 yards. Both quarterbacks didn't even have 100 yards passing.
8 of 12, but he got sacked 3 times.
Yeah. I mean, Johnson had 99 yards rushing. He also had 58 receiving. But, yeah, they just could not get anything done, Cleveland. I mean, it was all New England.
And as much as that was all New England, it was also Cleveland being Cleveland again, because even Brian Hoyer, when he came in, he had a 158.3 passer rating on his 3 passes for 85 yards and a touchdown. That's a perfect passer rating. I know it's only 3 completions, but, like, they allowed Brian Hoyer to come in and have a perfect passer rating to finish the game off in garbage time. You know what I mean? They couldn't even do anything in garbage time. So we also... Damian Harris was out, so we had Ramon Stevenson come in, 20 carries and 100 yards with 2 touchdowns. Bro, I'm loving it right now. I'm loving it. So let's just
riding high.
We're riding high until a couple weeks we play some tough teams.
We both picked the Patriots in that one, and we go from one ass whooping to another ass whooping, and it's in the same division. The Bills and the Jets. They put up 45 just like the Patriots against the Jets.
Yeah.
And the Bills, you know, that's a statement. Even though it's against the Jets, it's a statement win for them because they've been kind of looking shaky.
Yeah.
Here the past couple games.
They're still 6-3, still leading the division right now. So the Bills, they're worried about the Patriots, but at the same time, I don't think they're too worried. They still play us twice. They have a very good chance of beating us.
That's going to be. Those games got a lot more interesting now.
They have, man, and it's crazy that we are 10 weeks into the season and we haven't played them once yet. You know,
that's the same way with Philly and the Giants and No Names. We haven't played them at all. We still have to play both of them twice. So we're over halfway through the season. It's crazy. But back to the game. Josh Allen, 366 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Singletary, 43 yards. They've been really splitting the reps between Singletary, Breda, and Moss there. 43, 28, and 27. Now receiving, Stephon 162 yards and a touchdown, and then Davis had 105, man. And Emmanuel Sanders had 27, but they've been doing all the work. But Josh Allen balling in this game.
And the Jets and Mike, what's his name? Mike White.
Mike White, the savior of the Jets. Yeah.
4 interceptions, 0
4
touchdowns.
interceptions.
Oh. Now, granted, I look here at Joe Flacco, who came in, and whenever Mike White was hurt or benched or whatever happened, he had a passer rating of 158.3. So he had a perfect passer rating on 3.
Yeah, he's 3 for 3 for 47 yards and a touchdown. Now, the Jets traded the Eagles a draft pick for Joe Flacco. Why aren't they playing him? Like, that's what I like.
Mike White.
I guess, but you specifically went out of your way to trade for Joe Flacco, who was on the Jets before Philly. Then he knows the system. Why wouldn't you just play him at this point? He's been there a couple weeks now.
We'll see who
it's weird.
Starting next week. They're either gonna
start Joe Flacco. I'm gonna start that campaign. Start Joe Flacco, Jets. I bet they win a game with Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco almost beat us last year when he was on the Jets. I remember that.
He's not gonna leave that pocket.
Yeah, he's not gonna leave the pocket. So as long as we can get him there, but he's also not gonna leave the pocket. So he's not gonna be doing nothing crazy.
You know where he's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Buffalo took off on that one.
Yeah, we both picked the Bills. This next one, nobody really could have predicted this. The Lions and the Steelers.
I don't even really want to talk about this game. This is like
pitiful. No game should result in a tie, man.
This is an embarrassment for the NFL.
Najee Harris didn't even know ties could happen. He thought they were going to be playing another overtime.
Like how you a grown man and think there's another overtime? Like you've been playing football for your whole life, and watching the NFL.
Watch an NFL. You never seen a tie before?
Your whole life. I find that very hard to believe that Najee Harris did not know that the NFL could end in a tie. Okay, just because like every time it happens, there's bizarro news and everybody's talking about it. So like I find it hard to believe. I did hear him say that, but this was embarrassing. They should be ashamed of themselves. Mason Rudolph should be taken out of the league.
Yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh fans immediately didn't have a good feeling as soon as Big Ben revealed that he had COVID. And he came out and told the Steelers, like, listen, I think I have COVID. I have symptoms. They pulled his ass. And now Chase Claypool has it, apparently. So they pulled him. They're not sure if he's going to be back even the next game, really. They have, Mike Tomlin said that they're going to leave the light on for him in case he is able to. But as of right now, they're preparing like he's not. So, I mean, that's not good. We saw that with Aaron Rodgers. It's affecting what's going to happen in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If something like this happens.
Exactly. You
Crazy.
Go a playoff game and find your starting quarterback, it changes everything.
Yeah, but Mason Rudolph, man, I don't know why. They should be playing Dwayne Haskins.
This dude threw 50 passes and couldn't beat the Lions. He threw the ball 50 times and could not beat the Lions. I don't have
touchdown and a pick. Jared Goff only threw 114 yards. DeAndre Swift had 130 yards rushing. Najee Harris had 105 yards rushing. But both teams looked terrible. 16-16. I thought, like, the Lions looked like they were going to win it at one point in overtime, and then the Steelers looked like they were going to win it at one point, and then they had a fumble. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, my God, man. Like, these teams. And, I mean, at that point, you're like, neither of these teams deserve to win. Yeah. So there's the tie. That's why they have a tie. It's like, they look so bad, neither of you deserve to win.
Yeah, sometimes you have ties where both teams want to win the game. Neither of these teams wanted to win this game, so neither of them deserve to win the fucking game. This was the perfect example of a tie because they were both shit this entire fucking game, and neither of them deserved to win. That's all that. I wish you could give them both losses in this fucking game.
Yeah. That's what they should do. Instead of a tie, you just get a loss added. Take the L. Both teams get an L.
You know what? You both lost.
Let's start petitioning for that rule, and you both take an L if you tie.
Yeah, we should make T-shirts with that. If the
NFL implemented that rule over just like having kickers kick off for the win or something from like a special move the things back or like having another overtime or something.
Yeah, like second overtime.
Overtime.
Like college.
And then there's like, no, you both is going to get an L if you tied. Maybe that'll give them enough motivation.
We only rented out enough, we've only rented out the stadium long enough for 5 quarters of football today, okay? We have a marching band coming in at 5, you know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like, come on, dog, get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here with that.
Ugh.
No game should end in a tie.
Gross. We both picked the Steelers on that, and I gave us both a
Yeah.
loss on that because just like these two teams, we deserve a loss for even fucking talking about this goddamn game.
I mean, we could just not count it.
No.
We don't have to take an L or a dub on it. We just won't count it.
We're going to take it as an L because we were wrong. We picked the Steelers to win this game. That's where what it comes down to. We were wrong.
I feel you. That makes sense.
We were fucking wrong.
Makes sense. I mean, even FanDuel gives you money back if you have a tie.
Oh, this ain't FanDuel. And the thing about just like, little asterisks here for our picks on the Steelers, Big Ben was still playing when we made our pick.
Yes.
So just the same.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, this that was announced like a day or two before. I think it was announced Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That happened. But moving on to the next game, the Tampa Bay Gronkadeers versus the Washington No Names, and this did not turn out as expected either. Everybody picked Tampa Bay, including us.
Yeah. Yep.
And Washington, for some reason, just has Tampa Bay's number at all times. I mean, they didn't beat them the last time, but they were damn close
even
in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, there, right? And this is kind of what it looks like here. Is Taylor Heinicke, didn't ball out or nothing by any means. He did get sacked 5 times, but he had 256 and a touchdown, so he's doing enough. Terry McLaurin was sitting there, getting his receptions and everything. Tom Brady was
Antonio Gibson, 64 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yep, that's the good spot right there. But Tom Brady was flustered all day. 2 picks. At one point, I think he was 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So real early in the game. Man, I don't know.
And then they had that comeback, and then that faltered in the end. Like, they just weren't able to do it. And fucking Bruce Arians out here pissed off, saying they're playing stupid football. And it's like, oh, man. Is everything okay at Tampa Bay? I don't know.
But the thing about it is, they're only
6-3.
Exactly. They only have 3 losses at this point. So regardless, they have time to figure things out. They're not in fear of missing the playoffs necessarily. So as long as they can keep, New Orleans at bay and Carolina, which we'll get to, but Tampa Bay looked pathetic in that game. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even with the comeback and then it faltering, they really need Gronk back.
They need Gronk and they need AB back this point. And I think wasn't Godwin out too?
I think he played. He played in the game there. I don't know if he got hurt and left or anything, but he was questionable going into the game even. So he's
he had 57 yards. I think he missed last week.
But
yeah, we both picked Tampa Bay in that one. It didn't work out though.
Yep.
Just like in this next game, Panthers and the Cardinals. Once again, I mean, we expected, even without Kyler Murray, even said it on the last podcast, Colt McCoy was going to do his business and go and get shit done, and he did not at all.
We were so wrong.
We were so wrong in so many ways. 107 yards and an interception for Colt McCoy. It did not look good at all. James Conner, 39 yards and a touchdown. Christian Kirk, 58 yards, and Zach Ertz with 46 yards. Panthers, though, P.J. Walker played 167 yards, no touchdown and an interception. But the story of the day for the Panthers, Cam
Newton.
They got out to a quick 14-0 run, like with pretty much 2 turnovers right away. And Cam Newton put in the end zone both times.
And just screamed at the camera, like, I'm back, and if Cam Newton ends up starting his team for the rest of the year and being great, that's going to be fucking amazing. Just because I got mad love for Cam Newton, obviously, so I would love to see him do great on the Panthers.
They asked him, like, how much the playbook he knew, and he said about 2, red zone plays or 2 goal line plays worth.
Look at that. That's what they got done, so, good luck to them. Christian McCafferty with another great game, almost 100 yards rushing.
Yep, he's back as of right now. Christian McCaffrey balling, 66 yards receiving, 95 rushing. Robbie Anderson, 37 yards and a touchdown. But Panthers looked hot in that game. The Cardinals just looked terrible. They need DeAndre and Kyler Murray back.
Yeah,
bad.
It was good for 1 week there. They fooled us. They really did. I thought that's a good team, It looks like it's Kyler Murray or die at this point, especially if you can't beat Panthers. They have a great defense, not great, but pretty good defense. But I expected more out of Colt McCoy and these Cardinals, especially after the trouncing that they put on that team last week there. So
yeah,
we'll see
exactly.
what happens.
That's why we picked them. Regardless, we even said it last week.
Right, but they are still 8-2, so they're in a great position
True.
as well.
Yep, they are. Going to the next game, the Vikings and the Chargers. We both picked the Vikings in this one. We knew what was going to happen.
They weren't
we knew
going
what
to
was
trick
going to
us
happen
on this one. I feel like this was the cheeky pick of the week. You know what I mean?
We got to have a cheeky pick of a week.
Like, this was the pick where, like, I felt overly confident about this one. When me and you made this pick, we were like, you know what? I really feel like the Vikings are going to win this game. Sure enough,
No. Kirk Cousins, 294 yards and 2 touchdowns. No picks. Dalvin Cook, 94 and a touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 143 yards, man. Crazy. Adam Thielen, 65. But they were balling out. Vikings looked really good.
Yeah, so if they could sustain that, they're 4-5. They got a long way from the playoffs, but they could squeak out a wild card spot.
Yeah. And I mean, Justin Herbert, 195, a touchdown and a pick. Austin Eckler, 44. Keenan Allen with 98. The Chargers, they're not fooling me. I feel like the Chargers are in the same boat as like the Eagles, just with like 5-4 record. I feel like talent-wise and performance-wise, they're playing about the same ball as the Eagles right now. Right. Where it's like they can win a game, but they're not. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. I just feel like the Chargers, I'm not getting energy from. It doesn't feel like they're putting energy into these games. Well, Eagles, I feel like they're actually like they want to win these games. It's just defense sucks.
It's like the Chargers aren't playing up to their potential.
Exactly. That's the best way to pretty much explain it. But they haven't looked good. I mean, they won last week, but I'm still not convinced about these Chargers.
Me neither.
They look worse this year, I feel, than they did. They looked great last year.
And that's why coming into this season, everybody had such high hopes for them.
Yeah.
So they're really underperforming compared to what everybody thought they were going to be doing. But they're not fooling me anymore. 10 weeks into the season, we're picking the
Can't fool me. Seahawks and the Packers, man. This one was a boring ass game. This was like 0-0 goose egg for 75% of this game up until the third quarter, late third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter. Packers finally decided, all right, it's time to win this game. We just gonna go out here, put some points on the board.
Ridiculous. Aaron Rodgers didn't even throw a touchdown, but somehow the Seahawks, with getting Russ back, couldn't even put a point up on the board. That's not a good sign.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers had 292 yards and a pick. That's it. A.J. Dillon, 66. Aaron Jones is hurt as of right now. We'll get to that in a little bit. Devontae Adams, 78. And no touchdowns. But this is the first time in Russell Wilson's career he hasn't put a point on the board at all.
First game ever. See, that's what I mean.
First game ever in his career that they've never put up points on the Seahawks.
Not a good sign at all, man. Not a good sign at all.
Not a good sign at all. And I mean, the Packers, even more so, they were able to put up points towards the end, but they weren't able to do anything at all either for the most part. They finally broke through, though, towards the end. But we both picked the Packers in this game.
We did both pick the Packers, so got another win there. It really is what we expected. I just thought Seattle was going to put up more of a fight than that.
I did too. Yeah, they didn't look good at all. And I mean, Russ was saying that his finger's feeling good, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell. And I mean, they don't have a rushing attack either, with Chris Carter being out. Not Chris Carter? Chris Carson. I keep thinking Chris Carter. But Chris Carson, he's still not back. He's eligible to be pulled off of IR at this point, but I guess there's still complications. I don't know. They haven't activated him as of right now. But moving on here, Eagles and the Broncos. I told y'all the Birds are going to get one against Denver in this one. And they showed up, man. The Broncos did not look good at all. Teddy B couldn't do a damn thing. He looked lost. He didn't want to tackle Darius Slay on that run back touchdown, the defensive touchdown. He could have, and he's like, nah, I ain't getting hurt. I ain't risking it for this shit. We already getting blown out.
I ain't risking it for this shit. Devontae Smith had a crazy touchdown on.
Oh my God, that's why we needed to finally have a number one wide receiver. Fucking just jumping up, leaping, and grabbing them balls in Mile High Stadium.
I started that motherfucking fantasy this week.
It was on his 23rd birthday too. Hey. Got 2 touchdowns. But yeah, man, it's awesome. Jordan Howard had 83 yards rushing, Devontae 66 and 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts 178 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Uh, I mean, that was his fault though. He did throw that straight to him. I don't
Yeah.
know. He was trying to hit, I think, Quez Watkins, but there was a block, so there was a dude all up in his face. He just threw a pick. But he did look a lot better in this game. He only missed like 3 throws in like the first half, and he had the pick in the second half, and then they just ran the rest of the way.
Right.
As that's why he's only had like 180 yards or whatever over the last 3 games, like each game, because they pass for a little bit and then they just run the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all they had to do. And they finally found their identity. And Miles Sanders could come back here this week. So him and Jordan Howard's going to be nice. Who knows what the Broncos are going to do? They're 5-5 now. It's hard to say what their identity is going to be, who they're going to be going forward. If I could just see them, getting a win here and there, but I don't know if they'll make a run.
They're gonna probably end up like third in that division there or something like that. That 3-0 start for the season was against a bunch of cupcakes, so I don't see them doing too much here. They were kind of a fake 3-0 team to start.
And then they surprised everybody against like the Dallas Cowboys last week.
Right, but still, like, then you lost to the Eagles the next week there. So I don't understand Denver. I don't know if Denver understands Denver. That's one of the main problems there. So they're going to be trending in the wrong direction there. Where hopefully the Eagles are trending up.
Hopefully, and that's the way it's looking, man. And I'm excited. I'm mostly worried just about the defense because I feel like Sirianni has a game plan as far as the offense. He figured out what works, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited because the rest of our schedule looking pretty nice. If we're hot now, we got the hard part out of our schedule right now. So if we're trending upward, now is the best time.
Right, exactly. Just finish the season strong there.
Exactly. I picked Philly in this one. You picked Denver, of course, because that was one of your other cheeky picks of the week against my Eagles.
God damn
it. But we'll roll into the night game here. The Chiefs and the Raiders. The Chiefs are back. So a lot of people are saying 41 points. Raiders had 14 here. I'm not fooled.
I'm not fooled either. I'm not convinced, bro, like at all.
I'm not convinced at all. This is the Raiders we're talking about.
Exactly.
And it's division. But Pat Mahomes, 400 yards still, 5 touchdowns, no picks. Williams, 43 yards, no touchdowns. Kelsey, 119. Williams, 100 receiving and a touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 2 touchdowns. Like they're firing all cylinders in this game. They're playing how they should be playing.
They're playing that offense is at least. So
yeah,
and they were able to slow down the Raiders there. And Derek Carr, who's been killing it no matter what's been going on. Derek Carr's been like one of the most consistent parts of the Raiders there. So they were able to slow him down, but I am not fully convinced yet. Like I know the Chiefs are a threat. I know they're dangerous. I know they're going to make the playoffs. I'm not fully convinced. I just feel like they're a couple slip ups away from being in the same position they were just in.
Maybe this is all a ploy by Andy Reid. He's just like, I'm gonna fool everybody that we're not good.
Yeah. Come on,
and then
Mahomes.
When we get in the playoffs, we're just gonna destroy everybody.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I mean, you're saying Derek Carr, 261 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. But they only put up 14 on the board. Kansas City 41. Kansas City 6-4 now. Raiders are 5-4. So it was pretty close.
And with San Diego losing all these games, I think Kansas City is back in the lead for that division.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I just said they had one more win.
Yep.
And the Broncos losing games too.
Yep.
So Monday night game, another one. What is going on? Rams getting destroyed, getting dog walked by the 49ers with the addition of OBJ, subtraction of Robert Woods. So Robert Woods, I think he tore his ACL in practice. I think it was out for the rest of the season. They went and got OBJ, and like 3 plays in, he targets him in like double coverage, pick. Right
OBJ
away.
Run the whole different direction. You know what I mean? Just right into double coverage.
Matt Stafford didn't look great at all this game. He looked like he was playing for Detroit again. not good at all. And I mean, the 49ers, they were just able to do whatever they wanted. And I mean, Debo Samuel out here doing his thing once again. 97 yards and a touchdown. George Kittle, 50 and a touchdown. Mitchell, 91 yards. Debo, he also had 36 rushing and a touchdown.
Right. He was doing it all for him, man. Like, Debo is the best player on that team, hands down.
You see that pic of him with that big-ass 49ers chain?
Yeah. He's just holding it up, chilling.
He's chilling on the bench. Holy hell.
And they're
really
not
cool.
a great team right now either.
Nah, they're 4-5.
They're 4-5, but he's living it up, man. He's like, I'm the shit. You know what I'm saying? So keep it up.
Y'all suck. I'm getting mine.
The Rams, on the other hand, 7-3, but they're very, very shaky. So I don't know what you're getting out of that each week. So
yeah, I mean, exactly. They're 7-3, but I don't know. I just feel like they're trending downward right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not looking good.
It's really not looking good. And we both did pick the Rams. We thought, hey, it was before the Robert Woods or Odell shit. Honestly, I think it was. But
it was.
We really just thought they're rolling. They're doing fine. They're 4-1 or 4-0 on the road coming into this game, and then now they're 4-1 on the road. But we picked the Rams. 49ers came out with that one.
Yeah, man, and that was just another week in the NFL, another weird week. A lot of teams that are getting predicted to lose by a huge margin and by sports bettors, and even in Vegas are putting these points at like 10 or 8.5, and then just completely losing and getting blown out, and it's questionable, man. It's questionable. Like, what's going on here?
So fucked, man.
It's so weird. But anyway, before we get into our Week 11 picks, we just going to go through pretty much all the news that's been going on in the NFL as of right now, going into Week 11. As of right now, Bucs cornerback Richard Sherman suffered a grade 2 calf strain and is going to be out for a few weeks. So Richard Sherman, since he's come back, he's just been dealing with a lot of injury issues. He hasn't really played too much at all. I feel like he's probably just going to retire after the year, maybe.
Because it's going to be hard for him to get another contract. It was hard for him to get this one,
Yeah, it really was. Let me see here. That was for your bias, but I got to save that for Patriots if you don't have it. Vikings are the only team in the NFL to lead every game they played this season by at least 7 points at some point in the game and still have a losing record.
See, I don't understand why they can't close games out, but they're a good football team, man. Don't sleep on the Vikings.
It's wild. It's wild. I don't understand it. The Ravens cut former Steelers running back Le'Veon Bell today. So Le'Veon is officially on the waiver wire as of right now. Who will pick him up? I don't know.
Maybe somebody
I have no idea.
Detroit, or not Detroit, who just started like a bunch of running backs there? Oh, God, I forget. I'm drawing a blank, but I'll come back to that.
Texans.
No, Texans are trash, man. They don't need nothing.
The Titans, maybe. They just got Adrian Peterson, but Titans, I mean, maybe
people that were splitting reps with like people like kind of looking for a running.
Maybe with Aaron Jones being out for a little bit, Packers scoop Lev Bell. I don't know.
We'll see, but he's not on the Ravens.
Mike Tomlin said they're building their game plan, as I said before, around Mason Rudolph for QB this Sunday with Ben Roethlisberger. He has to test negative for twice within 24 hours to be able to play.
Yeah. So hopefully, I mean, honestly, fuck the Steelers. So I hope Mason Rudolph plays.
Yeah. Former Jets coach Rex Ryan talked about current Jets coach Robert Saleh and says, "Hey, don't compare me to this guy. I'm not that guy. Like, I was a better coach than he was." And Robert Saleh came out and he said, if that's personal for him, he knows where to find me. I'm not surprised with him. He always gets something to say or has something to say.
Shit.
But they're asked, like, people were comparing Robert Saleh just against Rex Ryan because they were a former Jets coach. But I don't know. They beefing, former coach and current coach.
Rex Ryan beefing with whoever will mention his name.
He has to go out and say other people's names.
Yeah.
So, hey, don't compare me to this guy.
Yeah, fuck this guy. So, like, trying to just get a reaction. Fuck Rex Ryan.
If it's that personal for him, he knows where to find me. Hey, Robert Saleh
Fuck you. You
Looks jacked. He gonna drop Brett. We're gonna drop him.
Beef with him. Squad Pod Sports gonna start a beef with Rex Ryan just to get notoriety. Okay, we're gonna use you, Rex Ryan, to boost our fucking views. Okay.
Yeah, just like you do to other people.
Yeah, fuck you, Rex Ryan. I never liked you.
Packers linebacker Whitney Merciless, who has been added pass rush to the Green Bay in past couple weeks, tore his biceps on Sunday. He's gonna miss the rest of the season.
Damn, man. That's such
right.
Scary.
Not good.
Oh, it sounds disgusting.
Right. I can't even imagine. The Raiders, Alec Ingold has tore his ACL and is out for the season. No other ligament damage, but he's still out for the season. It's not good.
Got these injuries piling up.
Yeah, and another huge one. Ron Rivera confirmed Washington Football DE Chase Young tore his ACL, and he's going to be out for the rest of the season.
It sucks, man. OH.
It sucks. You hate seeing that to like super talented players like that, because even though there has been players that come back from it, you're never going to shake that. It's going to come up at some point eventually. Like you're probably going to get hurt again,
it
eventually.
Shortens the career overall.
Exactly. And you hate to see that. I mean, even though he's a division rival, you hate to see that. He's such a great player.
Exactly.
We talked about Aaron Jones. He has a mild MCL sprain. It's going to be out 1 to 2 weeks, so it's not going to be super long.
Not too bad. And as far as fantasy goes, I have Aaron Jones. I drafted him first round. I also drafted Dylan. So he's been chilling on my bench this entire time for this reason. So we're good.
Lions QB Jared Goff has thrown for 0 touchdowns in 3 of his past 4 games, and he's making $25 million a year. By the way,
motherfucker, Jared Goff. Oh God, disgusts me. He disgusts me. This motherfucker. Going back here, he only put up 3 points in the Super Bowl. Okay, fuck Jared Goff. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
This is kind of interesting news here. NFL is looking at a possible expansion to accommodate an 18-game season. The 4 cities that have been discussed include Toronto, London, San Antonio, and St. Louis. St. Louis.
No, St. Louis ain't getting a team. They suing the fucking shit out of the NFL right now.
Give us another team. But I mean, they've been talking about London for a long time. But I mean, I feel like the logistics are going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that would be so tough. Game. For them to play a U.S. team every week. Yeah,
exactly. Toronto. I mean, they would have to be stationed, and not if they're playing games, I guess, in the U.K. They wouldn't be like in the U.S. the whole time. But I feel like Toronto and San Antonio will probably be the coolest bets, the best bets. I would probably say Toronto over San Antonio.
Yeah.
You already got enough Texas teams.
Right, exactly. So give it to Toronto. I would like to see Toronto have an NFL team. That'd be awesome.
Exactly. Make it something cool.
Long time since we had an expansion team. I think the Texans
need to be like the Mounties or something. And be like red with like to look like the Mountie uniform. Or kind of look like the Bucks.
We're
Don't want to do
young
that.
To really remember the NFL before the Texans, and I know what was it like 2002, maybe a little bit earlier than that. When they came into the league, so we were like 9. So I kind of vaguely remember that, but I really don't. I just know the Texans have been part of the NFL here, so it's gonna be cool to see an expansion team come in.
Yeah, Panthers placed Sam Darnold on IR, hence why they went out and signed Cam Newton with the homecoming there, and he went out and got $10 million. For the rest of the year, includes $4.5 million guaranteed and $1.5 million roster bonus. So Cam getting paid, come back to his old team, homecoming. It seems like everybody's welcoming him back with open arms in Carolina. Everybody love Cam.
Everybody love Cam. If Cam's balling, then they love him even more. So
exactly,
it's going good. He's got the shot. He's been vaxxed. There's no problems.
He's looking like the Joker out here with his crazy hats on.
Crazy hats.
Looking like he's about to rob a bank in Gotham after the game.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. But hey, I'm glad for Cam. They play Washington next week against Rivera.
Oh, interesting. Former Raiders coach John Gruden is suing the NFL. And Nevada District Court alleging that Goodell sought to destroy Gruden's career and reputation through a malicious and orchestrated campaign that led to his resignation last month. I don't know how far this is going to go. I don't know if he has a case because I don't know the law. I'm not a lawyer. But this is crazy. Yeah. I feel like the NFL is such a huge entity, and they got they got the money, they got the lawyers. I feel like they're gonna find a way to wiggle their way out of this.
Yeah, I think so too. John Gruden, good luck there, but you got fired. Deal with it, buddy.
But that's all like the NFL. I do have another thing here. I'll save those two for your bias bubble because I got something to talk about with your boy Mac Jones and
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. We'll roll right into our Squad Pod Sports Week 11 predictions. Thursday night we got the Patriots and Falcons. I didn't even know your Patriots played Thursday night this week. So let's talk about it.
Starting it off right. Let's go. I'm going to pick the Patriots, of course.
I'm definitely picking the Patriots in this one. How can you not? They're 7-point favorites. Falcons have looked so wishy-washy. They got embarrassed last week by the Dallas Cowboys. So, I mean, the Patriots are on a roll right now. They're on a roll to get to 7-4.
And I'm not trying to jinx them or nothing here, but we're 4-0 on the road. And this is a road game. This is in Atlanta, so let's keep things rolling. 5-0 on the road, like you said, on a road to 7-4. So like let's get it going. Patriots get to 7-4 heading into a bye week. I think we have a bye week next week or the next week after, but we still haven't even have our bye yet, man. So
Eagles haven't either.
I love the fact that we have a late bye. Get some, get some games under your belt. Then get the bye week, chill, just kind of rest up a little bit. But we should be able to beat the Falcons here. I don't see why not. There is a question. Damian Harris might be able to return to this game, so I'm picking the Patriots, man.
I definitely picked the Patriots in this one, man. I don't think the Falcons. I think this could be a blowout. Mm-hmm. This has blowout potential because your defense has been looking great, your offense has been looking great, and I mean the Falcons are just mediocre all around. Right. Maybe they'll have a game where they actually fight back now, since they got embarrassed last week. But I don't see that happening.
It's just Matt Ryan and Kyle Pitts. That's all. That's they got. And fucking Bill Belichick is really good at shutting down your number one option. So if they shut down Kyle Pitts, there ain't gonna be nothing out there.
Matt Ryan's gonna be running and throwing to himself.
Exactly. Good luck, buddy. Because what's his name?
Good luck, buddy.
Cordell Patterson's out this game. They already announced that he's probably gonna be out, and he plays running back and wide receiver. So they're fucked.
Yeah,
they're fucked.
It's not good.
Sorry.
Colts and the Bills here on Sunday. Big game. Colts and the Bills.
Buffalo. Okay.
7 points. It's crazy. I did not think Buffalo would be 7-point favorites on this, especially the way they've looked past couple weeks. I mean, they trounced the fucking Jets, but other than that, they've been shaky.
It's at home.
And the Colts have been on the up and up. So I don't know.
They have, and I'm sure the Colts will probably cover this 7 points. But I'm gonna pick Buffalo to win this game. They're jockeying. The Patriots are on their heels. They can't be slipping up. So Buffalo's even not in like must-win mode, but they're in keep our position mode here. If they can end up 7-3, that it'd be great for them to stay in front of the Patriots there. So I absolutely pick Buffalo for this game. What you got?
For me, wants to pick them Colts.
What you got?
I just tied you in, or I can't afford to go back one again.
We're tied 97-53 right now. What you got? You gonna take an L with me, or you gonna take the risk of winning with the Colts? What's going on? What you gonna do?
I'm gonna take the Bills.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Bills because it is the Bills are the Bills, man. They're just a better, well-rounded team. They've been doing this for a couple years now. Mm-hmm. I gotta take the Bills in this one. As much as I want to say the Colts, I gotta take the smart pick on this one. I gotta go with the Bills. Saints and the Eagles in Philly. I'm picking Philly in this one against the Saints, the Trevor Siemian-led Saints.
This is tough. This is very tough for me. Trevor Siemian ain't that great.
Philly are actually 1.5-point favorites in this game.
And it's at home. And Philly's starting to kind of click there, and you might get Miles Sanders back.
He's eligible to come back this week.
I'm rolling with Philadelphia in this game. I'm going to have to. I really think Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith are starting to kind of build even more of a rapport now. Dude's got 4 touchdowns on the season already. I mean, it's not already. We're 10 weeks in, but four touchdowns for a rookie. I'm impressed with Devontae Smith there. We knew he was going to be great, but he's overperforming. The only thing he could do is go up from here, pretty much. I know he's
exactly the sky's the limit.
right. So I'm gonna pick Philadelphia in that one.
I'm definitely wrong with the Saints on that. I mean, the Eagles on that one, not the Saints. They're going to whoop them Saints on Sunday. They're going to whoop them Saints on the Sunday. Ravens and the Bears here. I got to pick the Ravens. They're 6-point favorites in this one. I can't trust them Bears.
I can't trust the Bears either, but the Ravens give me pause because of
they do give me pause.
But I got to roll Baltimore as well, especially off of a loss. They're going to have a bounce back here. They're still jockeying for playoff position as well. You can't be slipping to 6-4 if you're Baltimore.
No, not at all. So definitely rolling Baltimore in that one. The Lions and the Browns. Cleveland are 10-point favorites in this one.
Why?
I don't know why either, because I could see this game being a tie also.
No, you can't pick that. If you pick a tie and it is a tie, then I'm done. You win.
I can't. That's not going to happen to the same team twice, like in 2 weeks. It's not going to happen.
I'm picking Cleveland.
I have to. The Lions I can't pick the Lions at all. You can't pick a winless team.
Can't pick a winless team. It's just bad juju. You can't do that.
It's bad juju. Can't do it. Definitely picking the Browns in that one. Texans and the Titans. Titans 10.5-point favorites, rolling with them in this one. They've been steamrolling better teams than the Titans. I mean, maybe you can look at it as a trap game, I guess, but I think the Titans are going to get this one.
And the Texans were off a bye, but I don't think it matters whatsoever. So Tennessee's definitely going to win this game here. Even if they're struggling, they're going to pull out and win this game. 1-8 Texans, 0-5 on the road. Get the fuck out of here. You're not going to win this game.
Packers and the Vikings.
Ooh, man.
Packers are 2.5-point favorites. They're without Aaron Jones this week. I'm kind of leaning the Vikings, to be honest.
I am too. I don't know what to do.
I'm not as confident as I was last week with the Vikings, but I want to pick the Vikings. And I think I'm going to. As much as I the Packers are good with Aaron Rodgers, I just want to pick the Vikings in this one.
All right, we're going to be different. I'm going to pick Green Bay. I'm going to roll with Green Bay on this one. I just think it'll be a close-ass game. This will be a 34-31 type of game here where the winner ends up kicking a field goal to win the game.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's Mason Crosby at the end there. We'll see what happens, but I definitely think the Vikings can win this game, but I'm going to pick the Packers.
Okay. Dolphins and the Jets.
Ew.
Miami are 3-point favorites.
Gross.
Oh, man. This is ugly. I kind of want to lean the Dolphins.
Yeah. I'm going to pick Miami just because they're coming off a win against the Ravens.
Yeah.
I know it was at home, but they're coming off a win there to a good football team. The Jets are coming off. I think right now, I heard on the radio the other day, they're on a stretch where like the last 3 games, they've allowed the most points since the merger. In the last 3, like it's like honestly like the worst month of defense in NFL history type of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they're gonna continue with that. The Jets suck.
Yeah.
Pick the Dolphins in this game.
So yeah, we're definitely rolling the Dolphins. Washington and the Panthers. Carolina are 3.5-point favorites. Cam Newton's probably gonna be starting in this game against his old coach Ron Rivera in Washington. Washington coming off a nice win against the Buccaneers. What's your thoughts?
I'm going to roll with Washington. I think because I watched this man play football for the last year, okay? He has great spurts. I remember opening game of the season last year when we lost to the Seahawks, I think it was, but like he had all them touchdowns and he was playing. No, he's going to come back to earth. Ron Rivera knows Cam Newton better than anybody.
True.
Better than anybody. I'm picking Washington in this game. They're coming off a win against Tampa Bay. So they're hyped up. I don't care if this is in Carolina. Washington's going to win this game.
Interesting. Do I want to dig myself a hole?
Or go ahead.
Or pick with you?
You could pick Carolina and win, and then you pull it away from me.
I know, but I feel like the opposite is more likely.
Let's see what happens. But I'm picking Washington, man. I feel like Washington's going to win this game. Especially after the wacky week we just had last week. Oh, yeah. Taylor Heinicke. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna pick Cam Newton and them Panthers. Fuck it.
Oh,
Cam.
Carolina. Hey, it's
Let's do it.
possible.
Let's do it.
Their defense, I think, is great, and Washington's missing Chase Young, so that's definitely a hit there. But Washington's defense isn't like anything to like discount either. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm picking Washington.
Roll with Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
49ers and Jaguars. 49ers are 6.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna roll with the 49ers. I have to.
Pretty easy. The Jaguars really, unless they're playing the Jets or the Lions, I'm not picking them. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And 49ers just beat the Rams, who were supposedly a good team last week, so they're gonna keep rolling.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'll roll with the 49ers in that one. Bengals and the Raiders. Bengals are 1-point favorites.
This is very tough. What do you think about this?
I'm leaning towards the Bengals, to be honest. But the Raiders' defensive line could cause them some issues with Joe Burrow running around. And the Bengals have been kind of on a slide here. I think they just came off a bye week, though, so they might be, ready to go. Yeah. And the Raiders have been kind of having some issues here.
Rested up a little bit there, and they just allowed 41 points from Pat Mahomes. Yeah. So it's hard to pick the Raiders. I really want to pick the Raiders, but I'm going to pick Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Cincinnati in this one as well.
So for the record, I did want to pick the Raiders, but let's put it this way. My heart's telling me to pick the Raiders, but my head's telling me the Bengals. So I'm rolling with the Bengals.
Cowboys and the Chiefs. Chiefs are 2.5-point favorites.
This would be a good game, man.
This is going to be a good game.
This is tough. This
is tough.
I'm going to roll with...
I think I'm leaning Cowboys, but I don't want them to win. I think as much as I don't want to, I don't know what the Chiefs are going to look like.
I think coming off of last week, they're kind of, like I said, we both are not convinced, but I
don't trust their defense at all, especially if the Cowboys are, slinging it.
I'm not convinced on the Cowboys. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, neither of these teams have my full confidence. They could both sling the ball. This might be a shootout here, but I think if Pat Mahomes is playing the way he has, last couple weeks here, the Cowboys should be able to come out on top here. The Chiefs should be able to come out on top here unless that Cowboys defense steps up and they cannot, like you said, the Chiefs, that's the big question mark. Is the Cowboys defense going to show up? Because the Chiefs defense we know is not going to show up. Even though they only allowed 14 points to the Raiders last week, the Cowboys are going to score a lot more than that. So
absolutely,
it's a big question mark, man. I don't know what to do.
I don't either. This is a hard pick. I don't know why this isn't the primetime game.
Right. Oh man, the primetime game this week sucks. But I'm gonna roll with Kansas City. I'm just gonna go with Kansas City here.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the betters on this one. Okay. I'll go Kansas City.
Gotcha.
Cardinals and the Seahawks.
Now this is a game they should win, right?
I would hope so.
Even if it's in Seattle.
Is Kyler Murray back?
I don't think so. But I don't trust the Seahawks at all.
I don't trust them enough to bet on them at all. I guess I'll roll with the Cardinals.
Yeah, even though they burned us last week.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll with Arizona again just because
I can't pick the Seahawks at all.
I really don't trust them at all. I think they're
3-6.
Can't get anything going. And the Cardinals defense is pretty damn good there. So I'm going to roll with the Cardinals on that one.
I agree. And then you got the night game there, Steelers and Chargers. Chargers are 5-point favorites. Mason Rudolph, like I said, they're preparing for him to play, but they're not sure if Ben's going to be able to come back or not. But even so, Ben's going to come back. It's no practice time, pretty much.
No Claypool, right?
And no Claypool still.
Yeah. Los Angeles is going to win this game. And it's not going to be no close game, like a fucking potential tie or nothing. They're going to win 30-15 type of shit here. I'm going to roll with the Chargers in this one.
Yeah, I'll take the Chargers. Monday night game. Sorry, Alex. Giants and Buccaneers. Tampa Bay's 11-point favorites. Coming off a loss to Taylor Heineke and no names, I'm definitely rolling with the Buccaneers.
Yeah, this is tough. This is more of a trap game than the other one we were talking about earlier because
I agree.
The Giants are ass, but they're sneaky good sometimes where they'll just, you'll be underrating them, and then next thing you know, fuck, they're in a position to win this game, and oh shit, we lost the game. The Giants ended up squeaking out 3 wins already this season, and I don't think they're a great football team by any means. So
yeah,
this is gonna be interesting, but I think the Buccaneers come out on top.
Okay. Yeah, so I definitely roll with the Buccaneers on that one, and that's our picks for Week 11 of the NFL season here. We'll see what happens on the next episode of the podcast. So we'll roll right into the NBA as of right now. There was a huge game tonight as we're recording. The Nets and the Warriors. Nets have been putting some games together. Getting them wins up there, and they're in the top of the East. Warriors have been rolling. They only lost like 1 game here recently. So I mean, it was a huge game, and the Warriors, they ended up stomping the Nets, 117-99.
Right. Steph almost had 40 points tonight.
Yeah.
At the time of recording, Warriors are 12-2 right now, looking great. Like they look
fantastic.
Right.
Yeah.
From the second half of the season last year, they've been looking great.
I hate to say it, but they put it on my Bulls the other night. Yeah. I wasn't prepared for it. I wasn't prepared.
They're hot, man. They're hot, and we'll get to this, but they're on my hot list. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say we can roll right into that. We got your hot and not picks this week. Like with this, if anybody watched this last year, you have your weekly hot and not picks for the NBA. What teams are doing well? What teams are doing absolutely terrible? So who's on your hot and not list this week, Vern?
So this week we have the number 1 team on the hot list, the Phoenix Suns, killing it right now. Okay. 9 straight wins as of this recording.
Damn.
They're 9-1 over the last 10. So Phoenix has been killing it, man. They're rolling. They're looking good. Devin Booker, they're doing great. I
think it was the last time we talked, like we had the podcast here. They were kind of lower in the standings, and now they're up at number 2, right behind Golden State.
Yep, exactly. Just boom, vaulted themselves up there with a nice streak there. At number 2, I actually have the Wizards, who are on a 5-game winning streak. They're 8-2 over the last 10 games, so they're doing great too.
Wizards looking good.
Yeah, not the best team in the league, but they're doing great, man. They're number 1 in the East right now, so they're doing their damn thing. Charlotte on a 5-game winning streak, who are down a little bit in the standings there. But they're on a 5-game winning streak. They're trying to claw back into that. It's still super early in the season, but they're a hot team right now. They just beat who? They just beat Golden State the other night. They're their Golden State's 1 loss. But speaking of Golden State, I did put them on here as an honorable mention. They're only on a 1-game winning streak, but they're 8-2 over the last 10 games. They've been killing it as well. And like you said, they're on a 2-game winning streak now, because I think I made this before that was done, but they're killing it. Watch out for Golden State. It's 2016 all over again, or whatever. But on my not list, this motherfucking team cannot escape it. They are all.
I know who it is before you even say the name.
They are on this list.
Cannot escape permanently, pretty much.
Every week. I don't understand. 12-game losing streak for the fucking Houston Rockets. Okay, have not
only
won
one game this season. You might as well put the damn Harlem Globetrotters in their place and then get more wins.
Might as well, man. Like, it just blows my mind how bad Houston has been the last 2 seasons here. But they're on 0-10 over the last 10, obviously. They lost 12 straight there. They're, frequent flyer on the list here, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Surprise here, the 76ers on my list. On the not list. 4-game loser streak, man. They 6-4 over the last 10, but that's 4 straight, man. Like, get your shit together.
Yeah. Sixers, as much as I hate on them, they have been dealing with a lot of shit. They had some injuries, like Danny Green. Joel Embiid hasn't been playing, not only due to injury, but he had COVID, and I think he's still out due to COVID.
Yeah.
And that they had like 4 or 5 players out at one point due to COVID and all that. So I mean, they've been dealing with a lot of stuff.
Well, they're on the not list.
They're on the not list this week. You haven't seen that, I don't think, at all.
I don't think
I don't think we've ever mentioned the 76ers on the not list.
Right, exactly, man. I've even put my Lakers on there before.
Bulls have been on the not list plenty of times.
The Bulls are a couple, like they were only on a 2-game winning streak there, so they were almost on the hot list. But we'll see. They'll have their.
They're 6-4. 6-4 in their last 10.
But on the not here, continuing, I got Orlando on a 3-game losing streak, 2-8 out of the last 10. They're not doing anything this year. Nobody expecting anything out of them,
Not at all.
And then honorable mention here, they're only on a 1-game losing streak, but New Orleans is 1-9 over the last 10 games. So terrible, man, terrible. You're terrible. If you're on the not list, it's just extra motivation for you for the week, man. Get on that hot list. Get on Squad Pod Sports hot list because we mean so much,
Right. Those are power. Yeah, that's the hot, not pretty much our power rankings.
Yeah,
exactly. In a way. Washington is number 1 seed in the East. So you got Chicago, Brooklyn, Miami, Cleveland. Cleveland sliding. They dealing with a lot of injuries now. They're sliding. We knew this was going to happen. They got hot, and now they're gonna just fall. And then New York and Philly and Charlotte there at the 8th seed. Mm-hmm. Western Conference, of course, Golden State, Phoenix, Dallas, Denver, Utah, the Clippers, the Lakers, and then Memphis. So the Clippers and the Lakers, they pretty much gained a spot since we did this last time.
Yeah. So we're still, in the playoffs in fucking November, but it is not looking good for my Lakers. There's a lot of shit going on, as far as like injuries are concerned. We'll get to all that, but 7th seed, I'm surprised we're there.
So we'll talk about some of the news in the NBA as of right now. This is just announced before we did the podcast here. NBA announced it's going to play 2 preseason games in Abu Dhabi next year.
Interesting.
It marks the first time the league will play in the Arabian Gulf. The games are set for October 2022. Exact dates of participating teams are TBA.
Cool. I would like to see, speaking of different locations, we would love to see him play at the Rucker or something like that. Like, play a nice outside game. That shit would be
mentioned
amazing.
that on the podcast before because they were talking about possibly doing outdoor games. Mm-hmm. And one at Rucker would be absolutely amazing to see.
We're waiting for the announcement. Come on, NBA. I know you're working on it.
I shared this to you in our group chat today. Giannis had a huge interview talking about, like, he was saying that he doesn't have a beef with James Harden. And there was one quote that really stuck out was one challenge was to bring a championship here, and we did. It was very hard, but we did. Very, very hard. I just love challenges. What's the next challenge? The next challenge might not be here.
What does that even mean? What do you mean? Like, are you going to leave Milwaukee? Oh,
after you're just going to have your contract and just peace out and go to another team, try to build it. Maybe go to Trailblazers with Dame.
That would be crazy. Like, you know what, Dame? You stay there. I'll come to you.
I'll come to you. I want the challenge to try to win a chip with Trailblazers.
That would be awesome,
Boom,
man.
Solved. And then some stars going to want to go play with Dame and Giannis at that point. That's where you build a team.
Then you got your superstar magnet. So, like, then next thing you know, Trailblazers are a force in the West every year. So
we called it. We called it first.
Yeah,
you heard it.
If it happens, you heard it here first.
Cleveland Cavaliers rookie Evan Mobley is going to miss 2 to 4 weeks with a right elbow sprain.
Another Cavalier down.
The Raptors are the only team in the NBA with 5 players averaging 16 or more points per game.
Damn, and they're in the 10th seed right now.
Yeah, crazy, huh? Russell Westbrook is averaging the most career turnovers per game in NBA history. Even if he were to have 0 turnovers for the rest of the season, he would still hold the all-time record.
Oh, shit. Already?
Already.
Wait a second.
4.1.
Wait a second. Hold up. We're 15 games into the season, and this dude could go the whole rest of the season without a turnover and already has the...
He's averaging the most career turnovers per game in NBA history. In NBA, so it's the most career turnovers per game. So even if he went the rest of the season with 0, he would still have the all-time record. So overall, not just with the Lakers, but overall his career, he averages the most turnovers.
Okay, I got you.
It's not just saying this season with the Lakers, but he's just, if he went this season without a turnover, it wouldn't affect anything. He would still have the all-time turnover.
Even if he wasn't a Laker. That's
even if he wasn't a Laker. Yeah, so that has nothing to do with your Lakers. It's just a Russell Westbrook fact.
Russell Westbrook, god damn it, he's still getting some triple doubles here and there. We're doing our damn thing.
I'm starting to realize maybe Alex was right.
Maybe Alex was right. Oh shit.
Maybe this fucking guy was right. What's arguing about? Philadelphia 76ers fined Ben Simmons for failing to travel on their 6-game road trip. The fines just keep racking up. What you gonna do, Ben Simmons?
He's gonna just chill, man. It's crazy because I don't understand why they're still finding him. I thought they were working with them, but I guess they're just like, nah, man. Like
You mentioned last week that they just started finding him again. Until
that's right. That's
yeah.
right.
So I
Okay.
mean, as of right now, I don't know what's happening.
Oh God, Ben Simmons, get you out. Like I just don't understand, and I'm kind of at a point where I'm tired of hearing about it until I hear a resolution.
But it seems like there's something new every week.
Right. It does stay in the cycle, so we're still gonna report on it. But like, fuck Ben Simmons, god damn it.
Teams with a top 10 offense and defense this season so far: Golden State Warriors, Miami Heat, and the Chicago Bulls.
Hey, there you go. Okay.
Nice. It's nice to see.
Good shit.
This is actually has to deal with your Lakers. Anthony Davis was ejected last night against the Bulls. This was the second time he's ever been ejected in his career. He was double teamed 15 times, and that's the most in any game with the Lakers.
Oh my god, he was getting pissed off.
That's Anthony Davis's kryptonite. Just double team the shit out of him whenever he gets the ball.
And it's different when we don't got LeBron. You know,
you don't have LeBron, yeah.
You can double team him for now. Wait till Braun comes back, motherfuckers.
Braun was pissed off that he got ejected. Like, he came out of the court and shit. Minnesota Timberwolves organization has been fined $250,000 for violating league rules that prohibit teams from arranging or paying for off-season practice or group workout sessions for their players outside of the team's home market. Apparently, they organized a group workout session in Miami at one point.
Fining them $250,000 for that.
NBA say, nah, you can only do that in Minnesota. Can't do it.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, bullshit. Oh, so you say we can't play basketball? We can't work on our game?
Jesus.
No.
Maybe
that has to do with, like, that's kind of the story that we talked about in the NFL with that dude from the Broncos that got hurt off the facility, and then they ended up cutting him, and they didn't pay him because he wasn't on an actual league facility or a team facility.
Right.
So maybe that's the reason they're doing it, but still, $250,000.
God damn.
Steph Curry has passed Ray Allen for the most three-pointers made all time, including playoffs. Ray Allen had 3,358. And Curry obviously has more as of right now. It just keeps growing by the day.
Mm-hmm. Steph Curry's a monster, man. He created a different generation. It's like
he's nowhere near the end of his career, bro.
Right. He's like a generational player, though. Like Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Curry. You know, so keep it going. Yeah. Keep setting the records.
KD, man. Too.
Yeah, KD, exactly. Shit like that, man. Just shooting from the logo type of shit.
It's nuts. We witnessing greatness. Like, and it's going to keep going because you could see all these rising stars like Luka, Trey. Yeah, all these guys out here, they're doing their thing. I mean, Zach LaVine, he's still young as shit.
Exactly.
Like, has a lot of career left in him.
Zach.
The ball Zach. I mean, DeMar, he's older, but he's playing like he's young Lamar. DeMar on the Raptors.
He was happy as shit to be in LA this last couple days.
And then Lonzo, he's only like 24 or 25, I think. So, I mean, he's still balling. But yeah. The last couple things I have here. Portland Trailblazers president Chris McGowan told the team he's resigning. I didn't see any reason behind this. Apparently, he just resigned.
Just stepping down.
Just stepped down. He said, "I can't do it.
Can't do it no more. I can't."
Pressure. NBA has informed teams that the league and NBPA is recommending that all players, coaches, and Tier 1 personnel receive a booster vaccine dose as soon as possible in light of the current coronavirus situation increasing cases amongst players.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm sure a lot of them will do it. There might be a couple that give some issues, but a lot of them will do it.
Yeah. And the last thing I have here, there are no plans for John Wall to play this season for the Rockets, and it's becoming increasingly likely that he won't land with another team because no team wants to trade for him. There's no market for John Wall as of right now.
And the Rockets aren't,
especially with the contract he has with the Rockets. And he's just sitting on the bench. He's not even suited up. He's just chilling.
Showing up to work, though.
He's showing up to work, showing up the games, but you got all that money sitting, and nobody wants to trade for that contract.
That's what I like to call easy money.
Easy money. But that's all the NBA news that I have here. We can go right into our Squad Pop Sports Bias Bubbles. What you got for us, Vern?
Okay, so as far as my Lakers go, okay, the goddamn Chicago Bulls beat us, okay? Anthony Davis getting all fucked up, it is what it is. But with that being said, we did get Taylor Horton-Tucker back recently here, and he dropped 28 points against your Bulls, so that's a great sign, Taylor Horton.
What do they call it? What's his nickname?
THT.
Yeah, but didn't he have a nickname?
Are you talking about that dude, Hillbilly Kobe?
Hillbilly Kobe. Is that him?
We cut his ass. He ain't even a Laker no more. Get out of here. You ain't Kobe. But
you gave him a nickname and then just said, nah, peace.
I didn't give him that nickname.
Not you, but Lakers fan base did.
No, I think he had that nickname coming out of college.
Oh, did he?
We just signed him, so that was what the news was. They're like, they signed Hillbilly Kobe. But them fucking Bulls, I got a little bit to say about them Bulls, okay? Against my Lakers, DeMar DeRozan, 38 points. Lonzo, 27 points. Zach LaVine, 26 points. Other than that, you had one other dude up in double digits. The rest of your team couldn't get more than 6 points. So I'm sitting here observing, okay, if any one part of that three-headed beast that you have goes down, it's not going to look quite as good there for the Bulls,
It's different. You got to look at each game, though, because there's different games where, Lonzo only has, 11 points, and Caruso has, 24 or something,
We locked Caruso down. He had
0. Caruso been doing a lot of lockdown, too.
Listen.
He's not just there for points. He's there. He has the most steals in the league.
Caruso had the second highest plus minus on your team against the Lakers with 0 points. So that shows you Caruso was out there balling the whole time without putting numbers on the board. You know what I mean?
Defense.
Plus 28 plus minus, bro. That's the second highest on your team. And the dude didn't score a point. Alex Caruso for MVP, okay? But
I was gonna say I think DeMar up there in the top 5 for MVP right now because he's averaging almost 30 points a game right now. He's hooping.
He's balling, man. And speaking of DeMar, I had a report here where he was saying he thought going to the Lakers was a done deal.
I saw that too.
He thought it was done. I didn't realize it was that close. We could have had DeMar DeRozan. What do you mean?
You could have had this. You could have had him hooping on your squad.
Damn it. And it just doesn't make sense. Westbrook instead? You know what I mean? I like Russell Westbrook, but DeMar DeRozan would have been a much better fit for us, man. So that's very interesting. I just thought that was pretty interesting.
It is interesting. I thought that was interesting as well.
Then the only other thing I had here for the Lakers was there's growing optimism that LeBron James could return Friday against the Celtics.
I saw, and I think we talked about it last week, that he could be out for 2 months.
Yeah.
He's already been out a month almost.
He's missed,
so that's definitely good.
Right. He's missed 9 games so far this season, which it seems like a lot less than, or it seems like more than that.
I feel like it's been more.
Right, but he's only missed 9 games so far here. But hopefully we get it back Friday. That would be awesome against the Celtics there. And then
you need Braun back.
Oh yeah. Especially if they start double teaming Anthony Davis, figure out our weakness is just double teaming Anthony Davis.
Everybody's like,
wait a second.
You just have to just block Anthony Davis up?
What the hell? But I'm as far as my Patriots go, I'm super happy. Very happy about the Patriots right now. 4-game winning streak, rolling. Whopped up on them Browns 45-7. Mac Jones is looking great. I know we got some injuries, but Hunter Henry's had multiple 2-touchdown games throughout this season. Man, it's clicking on all cylinders right now. I am a little bit worried going forward. We have the Titans coming up. We have the Bills twice within 3 weeks. We play the Bills, Colts, Bills. Actually, you want to look at it. Titans, Bills, Colts, Bills. That's a 4-game stretch there, so that's going to be tough, but I'm liking our chances right now as far as at least making a wild card spot there. Very happy about the Patriots and what's going on there, but I didn't have too much as far as the news goes there.
Okay, yeah, I had 2 things for your Patriots, actually. Mac Jones joins Andrew Luck and Dak Prescott as the only rookies since the merger to have 5+ wins, 10+ pass touchdowns, and 2,000 yards in their first 9 career games.
Hell yeah, that's a good sign. Good company to be in right there, you know.
It is a damn good sign.
Hell yeah.
And Patriots offensive tackle Trent Brown said last year he almost died when an IV mishap caused air to enter his bloodstream prior to the Raiders game against the Browns. He said it took him almost 8 months to feel right again, and he considered retiring.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I knew he was dealing with stuff but I didn't realize that was one of the issues.
I always worry about that shit. Like when I get shots, like
an air
or whatever,
bubble.
The air bubble or whatever. It creeps me out.
Oh my God, jeez, thank God he's okay. That's definitely scary.
Right? Yeah, and to feel weird for a year after that, that's wild.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's super crazy. Alex Caruso has more steals, 33, than all 6 guards on the Lakers bench combined. 30. That was going into the game.
Damn, bro. That's fucked up. Had more than Lakers than all 6 guards.
Levine tied his season high with 6 3-pointers against the Lakers as well.
Okay. That's a lot. I mean, Curry's getting 9 a game type of shit, but 6 is a lot for an average NBA player.
Ball had 7, I think, last night too.
Shit, damn.
He was 7 or 9. It was crazy. The list of duos in Bulls history have scored 20 points each in 7 straight games. MJ and Scotty and Zach and DeMar.
Hell yeah.
So, I mean, the duo and the trio is working out nicely.
Bringing it back, man. Bringing
good
vibes
we
back.
Only haven't had Vooch right now. He has COVID. He's going to come back when we come back home. He's going to return into the games again. But we don't even have Vooch. Kobe White came back last night. He only played 10 minutes. He didn't really do much. But he's back in the lineup again. So, I mean, we get Vooch back. Hopefully get him in the rhythm. He was kind of iffy before, but we need to get him in the lineup, get him back in rhythm because we need a big man. We've been playing a lot of small ball the past couple games, and it makes me nervous. I think the Bulls going to end up making a trade or two going into the trade deadline this year, at least probably get a power forward or another big man. Because that's the one thing the Bulls really need is rebounding and another big presence on the bench. But going in with my Eagles here, I'm very happy. Very happy with first, that's the first time we beat the Lakers since 2016, by the way.
Damn.
Yeah, that was the last thing. I forgot to mention that.
And it was in LA.
Yeah, it was in LA. But 2016, that was the last time we beat y'all.
Damn.
Crazy. We've been running the house. I'm very happy with the Eagles right now. I'm expecting good things against the Saints. I mean, we play the Washington No-Names and the Giants twice still, and the Dallas Cowboys at the very end of the year, which I think Dallas are probably going to be resting their stars at that point. Hopefully we can get a dub on there. We play the Jets as well and the Saints. So hopefully we can get some dubs. We can from what I saw, we can be 7-6 going into the bye week. So we can have a positive record going into the bye week if we win out here. And then come off the bye week, start rolling again. And, I mean, we're only 1 game out of a wild card spot, and we hold the tiebreaker over Carolina and Atlanta as of right now. And if we beat the Saints, we'll have it over them as well, too.
That's going to be nice, man. Keep rolling in the right direction there.
Exactly. So, I mean, the goal this season was to see what this team is, what they're capable of, who we want to roll with, who we want to keep. But, I mean, it seems like if we can get on a roll, I mean, I don't think we're going to be contenders or anything, but hey, if we can get in the playoffs, do it. Hell yeah. If we get playoffs, it can happen. And if you can get Jalen Hurts or whatever playoff experience, do it. Absolutely. Win or lose, that's all fine.
Exactly.
Just making it is cool. Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni have reportedly been meeting up and hanging out every Friday.
Cool.
Now, the past couple weeks. And apparently they talk football and they talk the game as well as just talk about just random shit. They kind of just bond. They have just a meeting every Friday after practice, just hang out.
Just try to
which is really cool.
Build rapport between each other, build a relationship.
Exactly. Darius Slay is the 4th player in Eagles history to record 2 fumble recovery touchdowns in a single season. joining Juka Parker, Kevin Curtis, and Seth Joyner.
Okay.
Which, man, we need to keep Darius Slay around. We need to re-sign. Keep Darius Slay around.
The best pieces on that team, man.
He also had 1 touchdown in his first 125 career games. He has 2 in the past 3 games for the Eagles. So he's only had like 1 touchdown in 125 career games, and now he's getting 2 of them in 3 games here.
That's awesome, man. He's the shit. He just needed to get out of Detroit. Devontae Smith is the highest graded of all offensive players in the NFL since week 8. Damn. That's what I'm saying. Like he's the shit, and he's showing you why you picked him so early. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's been a long time since the Eagles have had a number 1 wide receiver we can rely on, and we got this dude for years and years to come. Hopefully.
Exactly. So try to get the most out of him before that contract comes up.
Exactly. And next year, we know he's the number 1. Go out and maybe get a decent veteran receiver or whatever to pair up with him.
Exactly.
Someone not too old, obviously, but try to get a decent veteran receiver on the team to pair up with Quez Watkins and him. Right. I don't think Jaden Rager is probably going to be around next year, to be honest.
You're going to have Russell Wilson next year anyway, so we'll see what happens.
At this point, bro, I have to see if Jalen Hurts keeps looking good through these games, roll with Hurts. Fuck it. I don't care about any other QB. Roll with Hurts. Use the picks.
You don't care about any other QB, but that motherfucking...
Yeah, Howie Roseman or whatever could be like, you mean we can get Russell Wilson? Okay, let's just trade 2 of these 3 first-round picks or whatever for him, or all 3. Like, what are you doing?
But we'll see what happens.
You traded our future. We had 3 firsts.
They're going to chase Howie out of town, bro.
We got to suck so bad.
They chase his ass out.
They will, too. Jason Kelce through 10 weeks has 381 pass block snaps, 1 sack, and 0 QB hits at 34 years old.
Damn.
Jason Kelce still doing his thing out here, still being reliable.
Right.
Yeah. It's statistically his second best season after the 2018. Yeah.
Okay.
At 34, dude. He might retire after this season, and he might go out on top. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Eagles have rushed for 761 yards over the last 4 games, and it's the most in the NFL. And it's the most Eagles have rushed for over the 4-game span in 8 years.
You guys think you're the Ravens now.
That's the Eagles' identity now. We're just going to run the ball and then have to play action pass here and there.
Right.
It's working. Another thing I'm happy about, though, is we tied our record last year. We had 4 wins last year. It can only look up as of right now.
Exactly.
I see that as an absolute win.
I think the Patriots went 7-9 last year, so if we go 7-4, we're at last year's record too. So
exactly,
only up here, baby.
You getting better. Even though it may not seem like it, but we getting better.
The Steelers getting worse. Everything's working out.
Everything's working out. And I did have some comparisons here on 3rd down conversion, and this is between last year and this year. Last year we ranked 28th. This year we ranked 6th.
Damn.
Red zone scoring. Last year we were 13th. This year we're 6th. Points per play. Last year we were 28th. This year we're 9th.
Damn.
So it's an improvement.
That offense is a lot better this year.
Believe it or not, we're a lot better this season.
Improvements.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is PFF's 10th highest graded QB this season so far.
Okay.
Yeah, so Jalen Hurts is doing his thing, and I see growth each and every year, not year, but each and every game with him.
Right.
When he would snap the ball, he was quick to run it and not really, he would look at 1 or 2 options and run. Past week or couple weeks, I've been seeing him actually sit in the pocket and look at things and then run, if he has to. He's actually been kind of just sitting in the pocket, getting comfortable, seeing what options are there. And he's been trying to force them throws as well and getting good looks. He had a great throw to Dallas Goedert this past week, which knocked Dallas Goedert out of the game because he got concussed.
Yeah.
Flag wasn't thrown for some reason. It was a helmet-to-helmet hit. Knocked Dallas Goedert out the rest of the game, but they're looking to have him back this week. But that's awesome. It's great, man. I like seeing development with Hurts. Last thing I had here, he joined Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, and RG3 as only QBs with 2,000-plus passing yards, 500-plus rushing yards, and 5 rushing touchdowns in the first 10 games.
That's awesome.
So similar to Mac Jones, in a way, he's joining some elite company. maybe not Robert Griffin, but Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray.
Robert
with the
Griffin coming out the gate was a superstar.
Out the gate.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like they're taking different trajectories there. Like Mac Jones is being more of like, you know, the pocket presence, Tom Brady type of quarterback, where
exactly.
Jalen Hurts is turning into a Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick type of quarterback.
It's so weird. We have two QBs with two different like direction, like career paths and different play styles. But we get to see each QB's world.
I'm glad we both got young quarterbacks here. Like it's looking nice. It's weird.
Yeah.
I did.
The only difference is I have old Flower Power Sirianni getting stoned in his garage at practice,
and I got Bill Belichick.
You got Bill Belichick, who's the greatest coach of all time.
This motherfucker, man! Oh my god.
So I mean, I wish Jalen Hurts have fucking Bill Belichick to work under, bro. But that's all I have. That's for this week, man.
Gotcha.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Oh, we got to do the crazy sports stat fact of the podcast. I almost forgot. We do it every single week, and I almost forgot. Crazy sports stat fact of the podcast here. This is a baseball one, believe it or not.
Okay.
Greg Maddux. Maddux faced 20,421 batters during his time in the league. In those 20,000 at-bats, only 310 hitters saw a 3-0 count. Out of those 310 3-0 counts, 177 of them were intentional walks.
So, oh my God. So, like, more than... That's ridiculous. More than half of them, he did that on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. As far as, like, oh my God, that's crazy. And, like, we're not huge baseball fans here, but just numbers-wise, that seems like an amazing feat.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Jesus Christ. Like, Maddux. Wasn't that one of the dudes that was on The Simpsons back in the day on that old episode, whatever? It was like Monty Burns at the power plant. You know what I mean?
Oh, and they brought in the professionals to play on that team.
He was on that team, to be honest with you. And that should tell you enough right there.
I can see that. It doesn't have any years on here.
That name's very familiar to me. I'm picturing The Simpsons when I hear it.
It says Maddux threw 20,421 hitters in his career. Only 0.006% of those hitters saw a 3-0, not counting intentional walks.
That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. Sports stat. But that's the show. You know, when there's crazy sports stat, that's the last part of the show.
That's the last thing.
So make sure to like and subscribe on our channel. Go check out all of our content. There's a ton of different stuff on there to view for whatever your needs. We cover everything. And also go to Twitter and follow us on there. We're trying to get to 1K by the end of the year. That's our goal. We're almost at 900, so we got a little bit to go. We only got like a month and a half left, so help us with that feat.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. And until next week, we'll talk to everybody later. See ya.